Welcome to r/agedlikemilk, where MAGA doesn't stand the test of time. Well, this one aged too fast. My latest op-ed explains how Russia, China are trying to seize control of the Arctic. We can't let them succeed. And literally, like a couple of hours later, I welcome the upcoming meeting between President Donald J. Trump and Russia's President Putin being held here in the great state of Alaska. I really wonder what changed his pace. Oh yeah, dear leader saying he has to change his opinion, probably. I mean, he's not wrong. Trump talks. In many cases, identifies as a Democrat. It just seems that the economy does better under the Democrats than the Republicans. Didn't he say the only reason he would be a Republican is because they're like really easy to sway? I mean, he's not wrong with that one. Breaking news, national debt just hit $37 trillion. Not just a number, but a bill our kids can't afford to pay. Read as added context. This never means well for them. Rep Mace voted aye on HR 1, which is estimated to increase the national debt by $4.5 trillion. According to CBO estimates. Yeah, for MAGA and Republicans claiming to care about the economy and the national debt, they really don't give a shit. It's almost as if they don't actually stand for anything. She does know we see both her voting record and post history, right? Right? Well, yeah, but she knows her base won't dig that deep. I'm getting my daily depression spiral early. Well, yeah, do you really expect MAGA to, do any sort of research? The whole reasoning for them voting is, but the propaganda told me the woke is bad. And not really much else. I'm getting my daily depression spiral early. It's okay, we're all spiraling together. Guess we know now. Are you allowed to impeach a president for gross incompetence? Did you ever get an answer? Oh, never mind. People forget this period when he was just being an absolute unhinged Twitter freak, going on about birth certificates. I mean, does mean we'll probably get President Cat Turd at some point though. I hope to fuck that never happens. Tell you what, if fucking Cat Turd of all people becomes president, I think I'm gonna get on the first ride possible off of the planet. Cause I think at that point we've reached peak idiocracy. More than we've already hit now. He's never stopped being an absolute unhinged Twitter freak. It's generous to say that he's only an unhinged freak on Twitter. I think he is in every aspect of his life. He just changed platforms when they banned him. But couldn't ban him from running again, could we? What changed? Gay marriage is a stupid fight to take on right now. I've made it clear. I don't think we should touch it, and that we have other priorities. Okay, pretty sensible take, but I did put on that voice for nothing, did I? It's gonna last as long as dear leader permits it. Should the Supreme Court do it? Overturn gay marriage nationwide? Or is the issue done? Oh, absolutely. They're really not conservatives, are they? They're fucking regressives. Can we just rid the country? Can we just rid this country of these arseholes instead? I think it would be cheaper and healthier than getting rid of everyone and everything they hate. Why haven't billionaires bought an island to take all of these damn people with them? They clearly think the same and deserve each other. Oh, no, one of them tried, but they killed him for it, and the rest are pretending they were never there. Maturing is realizing that all of these billionaires are just factually horrible people. Maybe except one or two, but even then. Joe Biden is not my president. And what happens when the average Republican actually gets in power? Oh, that's right, they go from being whiny little bitches to smug little bitches. And also, they get nothing positive done. Yes, Trump is your president, even if it hurts your feelings. Well, sorry to say, Mr. MAGA then, but I guess Joe Biden was your president, even if it hurts your feelings. You little fucking snowflake. These are just right-wing accounts masquerading as breaking news accounts at this point. I think the right term is news station turned propaganda arm. Unity! MAGA patriots and anti-Israel protesters at the University of Alabama can agree on one thing. Fuck Joe Biden. Watch! UCLA professors nod as valedictorian proclaims, fuck ICE and fuck the Trump administration. These universities deserve $0 in federal funding. Guarantee you, if Biden did the exact same things Trump was doing, he would have been ousted the day it happened. But Trump is such a good cult leader, I guess? Or he's just single-handedly lowered the political and sociological bar to a point where he can just kind of do these things. Yeah, keep politics out of federal funding for education. Well, looks like Trump doesn't want to do that, because if you say something he doesn't like, then you lose your federal funding. Huh, so much for the left-wing snowflakes. Agreed, federal decisions should be based on educational merit and student needs, not which way the political winds are blowing. Speaking of the political winds affecting education, have you guys seen that fucking ProgU? Have you guys seen that fucking ProgU is being certified for educational use in schools? And especially if you look at the fucking content they're trying to push, there's no other way to call it besides propaganda. Hey chat, if you guys are enjoying the Schadenfreude, you should totally like, subscribe and share, cause it helps this gay guy reading stuff a lot. Anyways, have a good day and back to the video. Aw, what a business genius. Reporter, how can you justify cutting food assistance? And President Poopy Diaper, the cut is gonna give everybody much more food because the prices are coming down. I don't think the prices going down makes there more food. I'm not an economist, but I'm pretty sure that lowering of price of something doesn't necessarily mean that there's more of it. And how does restricting people's accessibility to food mean that there's going to be more food? Wow, MAGA is so smart, guys. No, they're not, because of tariffs and the fact there are shortages of employees on farms. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Also, prices will never go down because the rate of inflation is always positive. The only difference is how bad inflation gets at a given time. Prices will only go up, but just at a slower pace. And I don't think cutting food assistance will bring down the prices anyway. The effect is probably negligible. But forgive me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't it make it go up because there's less subsidized food? And oh yeah, a lot of farmers are losing their government contracts. Because efficiency, question mark. This is only affecting the people in need. Well, don't worry, dear citizen. All you've got to do is screw in the tiny screws in iPhones for an amazing $4 an hour and your food ration tickets. The land of the free in America these days isn't actual freedom, it's freedom to fuck the everyday person over. And it's only gonna get worse. It's almost like the economics profession doesn't fully understand tariffs. Or it's almost like the economics profession doesn't lap up your brain-dead propaganda like uneducated Republicans do. And how did the economics profession, apparently not fully understanding tariffs by saying it's a bad thing, goes? Oh, they were right? It's not like a politician would lie or anything. US producer inflation heats up after goods and services prices soar. But what happened to the signs that said Trump's low prices, Kamala high prices? Next you're going to tell me that there's more to political policy than just shitty slogans on signs and hats. Says the guy who didn't study economics and is busy taking vacations every other week, lol. As of recording, I think he's currently in like a $20,000 a week manor in Scotland. Ew, he exists on the same landmass as me right now. I feel a bit icky. In blue states because, well, they're better managed than red states. Or maybe he just likes getting yelled at by liberals. He would never abuse his power if re-elected. Correction, abuse his power again. Vance says it's preposterous to think dear leader would abuse power if re-elected. Senator J.D. Vance on Sunday argued it would be preposterous to think former and current regime leader Kim Il-Trump would abuse power if elected to the White House in 2024. And how's not abusing his power gone? Oh, Trump says he may bypass Congress. It's not like half of the fucking US population warned that this sort of thing was gonna happen. Project 2025 wasn't just a fiction novel, it is the instructions that they're using right now. Not a fan of this. He shouldn't have the power to do whatever he wants without congressional approval. But most of the powers the president was given was by Congress through the use of delegation. He's not doing whatever he wants. He's literally thinking about extending authority that's granted to him by declaring an emergency to do it. It's very limited. He tends to do things that are unique or novel. Being a fascist in the United States, yeah, I'd consider that relatively unique or novel. Because, you know, the United States was made to try and stop that from happening. And they tend to work out. Excuse me? Name me one thing Trump has done, besides fucking over the country, that's worked out. What if this turns DC around? Wasn't DC at its lowest crime rate in like a good couple of decades? So turn it around to more crime. Got it. What if it really does some kind of an effect? Let's see. The Democrats block him every chance he gets. Oh no, checks and balances, whatever will we do? Until we have a supermajority, this is the only way forward. Don't you literally have the Senate, Congress, and the Supreme Court? Wow, their excuses are contradictory of themselves. JD told the truth once in his life, when he called Trump America's Hitler. He also said Trump was cultural heroin. Huh, that's actually quite a good one. Unfortunately, he became the top pusher. Never get high on your own supply, I guess. 2021 JD Vance. Investigate Epstein. And 2025 JD Vance. Stop talking about Epstein. Remember when we learned that our wealthiest and most powerful people were connected to a guy who ran a literal child sex trafficking ring? And then that guy died mysteriously in a jail, and now we just don't talk about it? Well, yeah, because your boss and dear leader got into office, and despite campaigning on releasing it, he ain't gonna release it. I love that social media exists because Trump and his dumbfuck posse post everything on there, and it's timestamped. And you get a pull a Liz U every now and then. They're not used to being held accountable, having been always surrounded by yes men, so all this pushback is likely alien to them, and they don't know how to react to that, except double down like the entitled brats they are. I really wonder when we're gonna get, like, actual upstanding politicians instead of nepo babies and sport brats. I mean, hey, looks like the likes of Mamdani and etc. are infinitely more upstanding than the status quo of politicians. We just need a lot more of them. If you want to impose accountability on an oligarch, it's gonna have to come from the back of your hand. The legal system was designed by lawyers to grant enormous advantages to the party that can funnel the most money to lawyers. To be fair, he did say you couldn't change history, didn't say anything about erasing it. Well, yeah, of course he's a fan of erasing history. He's trying to erase his history with Epstein, ain't he? Sad to see the history and culture of our great country being ripped apart with the removal of our beautiful statues and monuments. You can't change history, but you can learn from it. Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, who's next? Washington, Jefferson, so foolish. And now, Trump administration to review 19 Smithsonian museums to ensure exhibits are patriotic. Facts over feelings. Ignoring laws in the Constitution is gonna be really easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, acting like a fascist is tight. Disney has profited off of government handouts for decades. It's time for that to stop. No more copyright extensions or other handouts. Disney has declared war on America's children. It's time we fight back. Says the guy who takes his entire family, including in-laws, to Disneyland in a blue state and practically shuts down the entire fucking park so they can clear the area of us serfs and peons. I was looking for this exact comment. They're the most incompetent, corrupt, hypocritical pieces of shit to ever set foot in the White House. Well, yeah, because everyone knows, you can try and wage war against companies like Disney because you don't like them, but simultaneously go to their theme parks. Because that makes total sense. And the conservative subreddits cheer them on for being corrupt. Pretty fucking wild. It's crazy to think that over the past 10 or 15 years, Republicans have gone from apparently being patriots and trying to protect the country from people trying to destroy it, to becoming those people trying to destroy it. And the other side is infinitely more caring for the country and patriotic than they will ever be. The tables have really turned. The whole "don't tread on me" crowd is cheering for the American military being used on American citizens. But to the citizens they don't like, so it's somehow okay to them. Mind-boggling. The internet has ruined us. I think what it's fostered is obviously a lowering of the bar in politics, but also political narcissism. Everyone else can go fuck themselves, but as long as I'm getting special treatment and the others are getting owned, it's all good.